welcome you guys. I'm Bob Covington. I'm Deputy Director of Enterprise Services. It's wonderful to see a great number of you out here, a great turnout to celebrate the restoration of the Tivoli Fountain. It's one of our oldest and most iconic features on the state capitol grounds. I'm not going to go into much detail because we have people that know a lot more about this fountain than I do, but it was originally installed in 1953 thanks to the Schmidt family of Tumwater and the Olympia Tumwater Foundation. And here today we are fortunate to have Don Trosper with the foundation, who's going to give us a lot of that great history. Before we go there, I do want to call out a couple of special mentions. Judy Hambrick. Judy, where'd you hide? There she is. Sport the number 12. Judy Hambrick, I want to let you guys know, she was here in April of 1953 for the original dedication of this fountain. 5 years old. Today we're also going to hear from Mayor Selby from the City of Olympia, Mayor Pro Tem Neil McClanahan from the City of Tumwater, and also our Governor Jay Inslee. He's running just a few minutes behind, but I expect him anytime. And before we get started, I know we have Representative Dolan here, and here we go. And I'm wondering if we might have any other elected officials. I know Mayor Pro Tem Nathaniel Jones. Sorry, Nathaniel, we worked together forever. Any others? All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. I'd also like to thank the governor and the legislature for ensuring that we could restore this fountain, making it operate more efficiently and sustainably into the future. We're getting more detail on that as well as we move forward. I'd like to take a moment and acknowledge the great team and the dedication that occurred by our project team. For site workshop landscape architecture of Seattle, it was led by Olympia native Jim Keller. Jim, are you with us today? Here we go. Thank you. They were supported by Dominique Shaw, an fountain expert with Waterline Studios, and get this, of Dripping Springs, Texas. So that's a true statement there. Our contractor team led by Wanch Construction, a veteran-owned business here from Olympia. And I also want to give a special thanks to our Buildings and Grounds team and our Facility Professional Services team that managed this project for a couple of weeks, has been doing a lot of fine-tuning of the water fountain, queuing in the lights, and a lot of those activities. And that's the crew that has historically taken care of the grounds and the fountain, and will continue that into the future. So thank you to y'all. Finally, I'd like to thank the Schmidt family and the Olympia Tumwater Foundation again for the original donation of the fountain and for bringing the display you see here today about the fountain's history. And with that, I'm going to turn this over to Don Trosper.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I bring greetings from historic Tumwater, our state's first permanent American community and home of the Olympia Brewing Company, the business that made both Tumwater and Olympia famous. I'm the Public History Manager for the Olympia Tumwater Foundation, Don Trosper, and I am honored to be here representing the foundation that continues to advance the philanthropic tradition of the Schmidt family and the brewery. It's also a personal step back into time for me when our family would drive Capitol Way, stop right behind my boss back here along the road, and at night, and just wonder at this beautiful centerpiece of the campus with a program of colored lights and changing patterns. I was mesmerized as a little kid, and I'm so glad it's coming back to life. I'm also privileged to be representing the Schmidt family, who, after visiting Copenhagen, Denmark in 1949 on a trip, Peter was, they were inspired by the beautiful Tivoli Fountain, deciding that a replica of that landmark should also adorn our state's capital campus. In fact, the nonprofit Olympia Tumwater Foundation was formed in 1950 with the initial purpose of donating the fountain to the state. We have at our display over here a dedication photo from 1953 that shows Peter G. Schmidt and Governor Arthur Langley in front of the fountain as it began its service, so I hope you get a chance to see that. Also, I should mention right here that I'm not only representing the Schmidt family, I think we could be better represented by the Schmidt family themselves. There are some descendants of the Schmidt family over here, if you want to raise your hands, the grandkids too, especially. Raise your hands, kids. So it's just an honor to have them here. You know, community service has been an integral part of the Schmidt family culture of philanthropy, begun in 1896 by Leopold Schmidt and passed down from generation to generation. As the largest and most respected employer in our area, the Schmidt family served its communities in many ways. In more recent years, they built Tumwater Falls Park, which has become one of the most visited tourist sites in the county, hosting over 250,000 visitors a year. The foundation has also developed the largest scholarship and educational grant program in Thurston County, this past year giving out $150,000. And it has also created our Heritage Builders History program and is the caretaker of the wonderful treasures of the Schmidt family and Olympia Brewing Company archives in the basement. I could go on, but I really probably should leave some time for our city leaders and governor to speak. So I'll conclude this way. This special fountain that we rededicate today reflects the spirit of community service and pride in our state and cities and gives us a sense of our rich heritage. But finally, it reminds us that it's the water. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. And next up, we have Mayor Cheryl Selby from the City of Olympia.
Good afternoon now. So it's an honor to be here to commemorate the restoration of this community treasure. The Capitol campus is a gathering place for visitors from all over the state, the country, and even the world. I'm fortunate to live a few blocks away. Our family considers the Capitol campus our own Central Park. Jeff and I walk our dogs here many times a week, and it's a delight to see people creating memories with friends and family on our state campus. The focal point for many of these memories is this Tivoli Fountain. How many of you have had your picture taken before today or taken a picture of someone else in front of this fountain? How many of you, right? Proms, weddings, holiday shots, you immediately know where you are when you are standing in front of this fountain. It creates that sense of community, that sense of place. In urban design, there's a term referred to as placemaking. And placemaking is an approach to the planning, design, and management of public spaces. Placemaking capitalizes on a local community's assets, inspiration, and potential with the intention of creating spaces that promote people's health, happiness, and well-being. Placemaking improves local business viability, public safety, and brings diverse people together to celebrate, inspire, and be inspired. I cannot think of a better example of placemaking than the Tivoli Fountain. These are remarkable times, and it can be hard to find occasions to celebrate. I want to thank the staff of DES, past and present, and the commitment of funding from our state elected officials for giving us something to celebrate today. Due to your hard work and vision, we can all look forward to watching more generations create memories in front of the Tivoli Fountain. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Selby. And next we have Neil McClanahan, City of Tumwater, Mayor Pro Tem.
See, the governor's here, so I won't speak until he gets there. It means a great deal to me to be here to celebrate the reopening of the Tivoli Fountain. When thinking about what I might say, I reflected on the significance of the fountain amidst the many grand structures and monuments and landmarks of the greater Olympia area. To me, the Tivoli Fountain represents the legacy of the Schmidt family here in the South Puget Sound. The fountain is just one of their many contributions to the cities of Tumwater and Olympia, and it symbolizes their desires to make this area a place where people would want to work and live. For some time, the Olympia Brewery Company was Tumwater's largest and most beloved employer. Nearly everyone in town has a great story about the Schmidt family of the Olympia Brewery, but the legacy is so much more than the brewery and business. It is a legacy of philanthropic and of duty across the generations in Olympia. Their example of civic and duty and philanthropy motivates their employees to. Brewery workers became Tumwater's volunteer fire department. They supported the local schools and students. The Schmidt donated streetlights and other utilities in Tumwater and built a community center called the Tumwater Club, which hosted many public events that include legislature inaugural balls. The sense of civic duty prompted two of the Schmidt family members to hold office of mayor. Leopold brothers Lewis served a term in that office in 1904, and many folks here today remember Skip Schmidt was mayor in 1980. Because of the Schmidt family, Tumwater is a better place. On behalf of the city of Tumwater. I extend my heartfelt appreciation for all who continue the Schmidt family legacy in the state of Washington and its renovation of this great town. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. And next, it's my pleasure to present Governor Jay Inslee.
Thank you. What a great day in the state of Washington. Our long statewide nightmare of unrelenting sun has finally been broken. We've got water from the skies and we've got water from the Tivoli Fountain. So I'm very excited about seeing this accomplishment of today. I think there's two reasons to celebrate this occasion. Number one is the present, and I'll get to the past in a minute. But in the present, what we've seen is increased efficiency, a beautiful fountain that uses less water, less energy, less taxpayer dollars for maintenance, due to the innovative technical talents of state employees. And we give a round of applause for the Department of Enterprise Services for the work they did. So this is a new fountain that is appropriate to the current times where we need to be more energy efficient, use our water much more efficiently, and we're doing that. So that's the present, why we should celebrate it. But the past is even more meaningful to all of us. This is such a part of our rich legacy, both of Olympia and the entire state. Obviously, we know that there are several themes in Washington State that are famous. Keep clam from Ivers, and it's the water from the Schmidt family and Olympia Brewing Company. Today the honorary theme is Diet Bonheur, which is Danish for it's the water, as far as I can say it in any event. And we're making a continued commitment to that long-term legacy, and this is a richness. I have to tell you, I've been around the country a little bit, and our capital is the most beautiful capitol grounds in the United States, and this is a significant part of the reason why. So we do have a rich legacy. So I have a couple of presentations to make. There's a couple of great Washingtonians here. I'd like to come up. It's Washington State Cougar, and I think this is his sister. Why don't you guys come up here for a second? These are the great-grandkids of the original donors of this fountain. And one of the honors I have as governor is every day I get to honor the Washingtonians of the day. That's the most inspirational people that I meet that day. And when I do that, I take off my Apple pin here and I pin it on the Washingtonians of the day. Today, the Washingtonians of the day are the great-great-grandkids of the Schmidts. Tell me your name. Dylan and Warren, these are the Washingtonians of the day. Let's give them a round of applause.
Look at the face, it's great.
I'm being very careful. Washingtonians of the day. Good luck. Thank you. Now we also have some other tokens.
We do. We have some spray nozzles from the original fountain, a small piece of history that we would like the governor to present to the cities of Olympia, Tumwater, and also to the Olympia Tumwater Foundation.
All right. Who's coming up here? You guys.
Wow.
Well, I've been there for a while.
Well, thank you all so much. That brings the end to our formal celebration. But please take some time. Come on over to the selfie station, you know, because if you don't do it today, you can never do it again, right? Thank you, guys.
What was the hardest part of the project?
Rain.
Rain and mud. The contractor was great. They battled the rain. Really good. This is the project team here? All right.
The Oli! Oh my goodness!
Of course, I did do
Yes.
the same
Yep.
script as the original.
Yep.
So,
Love it.
so take your
Thank you so much.
Nobody does that.
Dum